So hello everyone. Today I'm being joined by David Crowe from pitt&sherry. Dave, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks, Josh. And yourself?
Very well, thank you. So mate, thank you for agreeing to catch up with me on camera. So mate, it's been a pleasure having you in my 10-week program. So today's just a bit of a convo around, what you learned in our time together.
Yeah.
So mate, maybe just start out by telling us a bit about you, your role and the kind of work that you do.
So David Crowe, I'm a structural engineer specialising in bridge design and construction. I'm a principal engineer at pitt&sherry. It's my second time working for the company, believe it or not.
Okay.
I worked for them in Tassie some years ago and rejoined them up here in Brisbane. I'm a principal engineer. I'm the team leader for their structures group in the Brisbane office.
Yep.
And like my key role within the office is to build our pipeline to grow, particularly our design capability, and to grow the staff numbers, so we get a bit of density in the team, and we just basically grow the office as a whole.
Okay, yeah, good. And mate, I guess if you look at back over our time together, what have been your biggest wins in the program?
Biggest wins is more getting that more rigor around the client contacts and the client management, particularly using the Asana tool, learning how to use that, and just having those sort of things explained so that once you see the value in something, you can implement it. But it's sometimes the most obvious things, you just need them being pointed out. Other things, recognition that business development itself and actually just ringing up people is a bit of a fear. That fear is an obstacle, but it has such a high reward. And part of the coaching that I thought was great was celebrating the reward for taking those little steps. And they seem like such little steps, but it's a big thing to consider, that if you celebrate them, they become easier and easier as you go.
Yeah, mate, that's great. And certainly, watching you learn, grow, develop, implement things, get outside of your comfort zone has been a pleasure to watch with our time together.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, now you have a lot more confidence in your ability to reach out and connect with clients and do business with potential future clients?
Yeah, absolutely. And just as we were discussing before, it's recognising the number of contacts that we've got out there, and that they're happy to hear from me.
Yeah.
And they're happy to be called up and say, let's catch up. Let's have a chat.
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, and it's about, that, like you said, that consistency and rigor around BD, and just kind of reach into that vault, which is your brain, and just do a brain dump of all those people that you know, and just have a bit of a system and a process for continually reaching out to them, because you just never know when they'll be ready to give you work.
Yep.
And I guess, mate, in our time together, are there any projects that you want to mention, or any work that you've sort of secured with our time together?
Look, it's hard to say. That we've got so many bids out there at the moment, and given our clients are so transactional as well, but the big reward that we've really got is the number of clients that are now contacting us and me individually, just to ask us to bid for projects for them and to put us on that list, so that they're keen to connect with us, and they're keen for us to connect to them and to work with them. So we're generating a lot of opportunities in that way. Now we've just got to transform those opportunities into actual projects. Yeah,
great. And do you feel like, sort of given the work that we did together around your positioning in the marketplace and you being more active with reaching out and talking to people, that's helped increase that consistency in clients coming back to you?
Absolutely. And it's even just connections that I've got that suddenly now realise, he's sitting in that seat now.
Yep.
Let's get in touch one way or another. So, it's putting yourself out there and having that confidence and the recognition that it's worthwhile.
Yeah, great, mate.
And it does generate leads.
Good. And I guess if you think back with your time over, the 10 weeks or a bit longer, and the type of work that we did together and the type of content that's in the modules, who do you feel like this program's best suited to?
Look, anyone moving into a BD role, I mean, it can be somebody moving into it fresh, new, trying to grow those new muscles and trying to grow those new abilities and grow that confidence in that sort of role. But it can also be somebody that's been doing it for a while and just needs a bit of a refresher and needs a little bit of a push in the right direction, just a little bit of a nudge. And it's always helpful to get somebody external to look at the way you're doing things and to give new suggestions and just new ideas. I think it's pretty pertinent for our engineers as well, because soft skills aren't something that we learn much through our training and experience. So it can be difficult for a lot of people to adjust in those roles. And there's something I read years ago that said that you get promoted and you get promoted and you get promoted eventually because you do a good job, you get promoted, and then eventually you get promoted into a role that you can't do.
Yep. And
that's where you sit there. So it's important to try, and getting into a BD role is very different to obviously doing engineering work itself. So I think it's really important for somebody moving into that role to get that help.
Yeah, great, mate. Thank you. That's love your kind words. And mate, finally, would you recommend this program to others?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Look, I think it's been great. It's been a great program. There's a lot of information in it, which is fantastic, and it's a matter of getting around to implementing it. But I'm keen to get some of my team involved to broaden their skills, and it can't just be me developing a pipeline of work for our group. I need the other guys to pitch into that as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting them involved as well, and to help them progress in their career as well. And I think it's succession planning as well.
Yep.
I want to develop their skills, and then they'll be able to run the group if I move on, if I move up or sideways or whatever happens in the future.
Mate, perfect. Well, thank you so much for your kind words and your feedback on the program. It's been a pleasure having you in the program, pleasure working with you. Mate, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And thank you very much. It's been a good program. It's been enjoyable. It's been enjoyable meeting the other guys on the program, the rest of the team and everything like that. It's been great. It's been a great, well, that's more than 10 weeks.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. So thanks very much, Josh.
No worries. Thanks, Dave.